Al,
Mm-hmm.
what is a name?
I mean, are we going like philosophical here?
It's a miserable pile of secrets.
How about you?
Not enough talk. Have at you. Well, today we've got to learn what a name is
Mm-hmm.
and how to come up with one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do here today on episode number 9 of Jared and Al Watch Love Live Superstar. I'm Jared, as always, joined by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing season 1, episode number 9, called "What's Your Name?"
My name's
It's
Al.
not. We're not talking about the Leonard Skinner song. That's not. No, that's not the case here. Different thing entirely.
I wasn't expecting that. Sorry.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Good job. Good job.
Dumb references that like two other people will be like, "Ha, good joke."
Good
And I'm
job.
like, "Hey,
Finger guns.
pew pew." So yeah, we begin this episode. Cuckoo's on her phone and she freaks out and runs out and pulls out a razor blade. And it's like everyone's like, "What's happening?"
Cuckoo has a
Is-
freaking box cutter.
Yeah. And she cuts down a banner that says "Love Live" because Love Live's happening again.
It's a giant banner on the side of the school that just says Love Live,
And everyone's just like, "What is happening?"
including us.
Yes. It's a very good point. So yeah, they all meet in the club room, and Cuckoo goes over the gist of what Love Live is. Which, look, you've been with us. If you've been with us for all of the Love Live series that we've talked about, you know what Love Live is at this point. We don't have to go over it again verbatim.
No, but it is funny because she's like, it's this, but it's more than that. We're like, no, no, it's basically what you just said.
Yes, because someone basically is like, "Oh, it's like nationals for an athletic club," and she's like, "No, it's not. It's more than that." And we're like, "No, it's exactly that.
Yep, it's exactly
One
that.
100% that." But yeah, she goes over what Love Live is and everything, talking about how, of course, it is getting more popular, so more idols are joining and everything, and also how other clubs or other idols have come into Love Live and saved their school from closure because of the popularity they receive from Love Live and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the same old song and dance we've heard before. And then she's like, "All right, well, we're going to enter." And then she starts freaking out because she enters like, "Where are your schools from?" And then she gets down to the second box
I thought it was the
that just
ninth
says,
question
"Hmm."
because there was a 9 that popped up on there, and so I thought it was the ninth question.
Well, regardless,
Anyway, doesn't matter.
she gets down to the next box that says "Group Name," and she's like, we don't. We need a group name.
We don't have a name.
We don't have a name."
Like, we could just use our school name. That's fine. No.
No. So they do a little strategy session of trying to come up with a name, and Chisato comes up with Maru Maru Circle because she loves circles and she has buns, so circles are really cool and everything.
It does like weird dance moves around while she's talking about it.
And draws a bunch of circles on the on the board and everything. Cuckoo comes up with the name of Chikere Kasu because everyone's like initials are in there somewhere. They're like, "No, we're not doing that." But they basically come out of that session and are like, we need to figure out a name. So they put a box up. They're like, "Hey, I heard a legendary school idol group did this before. This will totally work.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it up over the weekend and we'll come back and we'll get some suggestions." No one brought a name suggestion to them.
Empty.
Also, they have to come up with a new song because it is Love Live, and Love Live rules dictate that you need to come up with new original songs for Love Live,
Mm-hmm.
as we all know. And Kanan is basically supposed to be working on the lyrics, except Ren was supposed to also be working on the music, and then they were like, "Well, I was going to do it when you were done." "Well, I was going to do it when you were done."
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
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 So they're like, "Well, Kanan, you need to get to work on the lyrics. You need to be first here." And she's having her own brain fart and just not being able to come up with lyrics. And they can't practice because they don't have choreography or anything to do because the song's not done. So they're just doing basic stuff, and they're all bummed out about that.
Like exercising.
Yes. So they lock Kanan in a room.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, get to doing the lyrics." So
They
she so go ahead.
I was gonna say they locked her in like a room in Ren's giant house and is pointing out like chunker bed in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. But yeah, they're like, all right, it's like the Japanese confinement technique. Goodbye.
You'll definitely be able to write lyrics because of this.
Yeah.
And she struggles still. So she
Yep.
starts doing her yoga stuff because that's how she tries and get lyrics. And then reveals or she opens up a curtain and reveals a giant bed and just starts rolling around on it. And then everyone else shows up and is like, well, we need to supervise you now. And so they just all hover over her while she's trying to write her lyrics. And she's like,
So I will say that that is also a thing that I like to do. Like when I go to hotels and stuff, I'll just like roll in the bed.
I mean, it's
So
nice.
that was a
Comfy.
mood.
Yes. So Kanon essentially has to run away because she thinks that she's not going to be able to do anything while they're all hovering over her.
I mean, that's valid.
It's very valid. And basically runs outside and trips over our big chunker dog. And Chibi's like, hello, Kanon. I'm here to give you a lick.
Lick,
Give
lick,
you a
lick, lick, lick.
smooch.
Big old chonker.
And then we cut to like the next day and Kanon's just like, ugh, venting to her friends. Is like, they want so much from me. They want me to come up with a name. They want me to come up with lyrics, and I can't do it because I don't know what makes us us. And her friends are like, yeah, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, can confirm it sucks when everybody expects you to do everything. Can
We
confirm.
we tried to think of a name for y'all as well, and it didn't work because we don't know what to put up with you guys. But yes, I agree with you on what you said. The other girls show up and are like, hey, you got the lyrics. And she's like, and you're like, well, you said you were going to go home and do them. And then there's just a scene from the previous night where Chibi is just like just standing behind Kanon on the hind legs and just like, hey. She's like, yeah, I'll go home and write the lyrics, yay.
Yay.
And then she's like, yeah, I said that so I could go home because you wouldn't let me go home, obviously.
Yep.
And then her friends are like, you guys know Kanon's under a lot of pressure to come up with stuff, right? Like, give her a little bit of a break. Come on. Cut her some slack. And then they say some stuff, and then Kanon's like, oh, I'm getting inspiration. I'm getting inspiration. And then after school, they're like, well, we're going to go do something, I guess. And Kanon's like, I'm skipping practice. They're like, did you come up with lyrics or a name? And she's like, I came up with all of it. Then Cuckoo's like, all right, I'm going to lead practice. Let's go run.
And
So then we get a
seaside.
montage. Yes. We get Dreaming Energy, which is like a seaside from the first single Liella put out, plays, which is a weird choice. Because usually you don't hear like any of those songs play in the main series.
Nope.
So that was a choice. But yeah, we get a montage of the girls running and exercising while Kanon goes home and raids her dad's like library of foreign language encyclopedias to come up with a name.
We see her
lyrics, I
dad, but
guess, as
still
well.
no head.
Yeah, he's just like, huh? What's going
Huh?
on? All right, guess you have those books. Good luck, kid. Have at it, kid.
Good luck with your French.
Yep. So she just scours through all these language books and then comes back the next day and is like, I got it. Whoop-pow, and put it on the whiteboard. We're Liella. All right, cool. Now we get in our Love Live. And then Cuckoo pulls out a knife again
Yep.
and cuts down another banner.
That has their name on it somehow.
Somehow she's quick on the draw.
Yeah. They give an explanation for the name. It's kind of lame, so I think we can.
Would you like to
ignore
hear
it.
an actual explanation of what the name is?
Yeah.
This is translated obviously, but this is the entry from the person who submitted the name and was
Okay.
chosen for it. It is a combination of lier, meaning bind, which is obviously I think the French word, and derived from the Yui part of Yui Gauka, and brillante, I think it's like a Spanish word, which means internally shining. Even though this group is still like a small star, each member has a hidden shine inside them. The internal hidden stars within each members are connected, and if they can link with each other, they can become superstars. This group name conveys that idea.
See, I like that better.
Yeah, you could have just gone with that.
You could have just gone
And
with
so she's
that.
like, it was from a French word and it means to connect. And,
That's what your mom
Ren's,
wanted.
Ren's mom wanted us all to connect. So that's what we're going with.
It's
It's
weird.
like, cool.
Also, we completely missed talking about the whole like streaming section of
Oh,
this.
right. Yeah, that was a thing. So they're like, so Kanan goes to talk to Sunny Passion about like, hey, how'd you come up with your name and everything? And they're like, well, a fan came up with it for us. So that's how we kind of figured it out and all that. And they're like, well, how are we going to connect with fans better? And they're on a Zoom call with each other essentially. They're like, well, we could do some streaming. And Ren's like, what's this video streaming you're talking about? Do we
And
have to
there's
go
also a
hand out
strawberry.
videos? Yeah, she doesn't have a webcam on.
Nope.
We have to hand out videos to everyone? And they're like, oh God, girl, we got to get you up to the 21st century.
She's like, I was told to stay away from all that.
So they do a live stream and they just throw Ren out there first. And she's like, hello, I'm the student council president. And then she looks over to the side with the laptop with like the live feed and the comments on there. And she sees all the comments. She's like, what's this? What's going on?
She
They're like, oh,
grabs
it's
the
the comments from
laptop.
the fans. Like, no. And then they try to do one with everyone. And Kanan's like, I'll be the camera person. I'll film it. And they're like, no, you're coming on. You're getting on here with us. So they do an introduction. They're like, oh, let's introduce all of the members. And Kanan's like, and she tries to run away. And Ren's like, you're not running away. And then Chisato and Kuku are like, we gotta distract them. Put the isopod on your head, Sumire. Maru. And Kuku's like, block them out. As the comments just start like going.
Yep. I wish we could have read them, but we can't read Japanese.
That's a lot of translation for
It's a lot of translation.
how quick they got to put these episodes out and everything.
Yep.
Also, we decided that the idea that they should have had that would have gotten them the most interest from fans is if they had the laughing man
It's
in
true.
the background, just laughing at things.
Just laughing at things.
Give the
That-
laughing man an anime credit.
I want the laughing man's job.
Yes, it is the ultimate job to sit there and laugh.
Honestly, what they should do is like at some point just record the laughing man at one point while like they're doing a live stream and then use the laughing man's laugh at some point in the show.
No, he has to come into the booth and do the laugh.
Oh, that makes sense. But like he has to be natural about it. Like
Well,
they
they'll show him clips he hadn't seen of the girls being weird,
All right, there you
so
go.
he can laugh at him.
Laughing man has the best job.
He really does.
He really does. How do you get so lucky to be laughing man?
That's a good question.
He just sounds so joyful.
He does. He's having a good time.
I mean, understandably.
But yeah, we have our name and everything, so that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Yay.
So yes, let's talk about some notes and trivia's real quick. Trivia's. Yeah, that's the thing.
Trivias.
Our NHKE broadcast exclusive end card this week is of Monmaru, and of Liella, the title, or like a logo of it. But we got our bird. Burb. Callbacks to previous Love Live series. After seeing the entry form, Kuku does a similar reaction to Hanayo from Come True Everyone's Dream. Sumire's reaction to Kuku's attempted name of Shikere Kasu by pointing out the words Kasu, which is presumably a reference to Kasumi Nakasu's hated nickname, though it was meant to be referencing the word translation as empty. Probably more of that than the former.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hanamaru, Ren seems to have some trouble operating her own laptop, as she barely knows how to use live streams during a Zoom chat. Kuku utilizes a name suggestion voting box from the classmates to give a name for the group, similar to the one used in the second episode of Love Live's first season and in the 11th episode of Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club's first season.
All right, the Kasumi box.
Yes, the better box. And then Kuku also mentions the legendary school idol group, possibly referring to Muse. No, you don't have to put possibly there. It's definitely referring to Muse. There's a definite reference there.
Yep. Like they reach so hard in these wikis sometimes, and then there's like possibly. It's like, no, that is absolutely. This is the one time you can be 100% confident.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, that's going to do it for this episode. Next time, we will be discussing Season 1, Episode number 10, called Check It Out.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Those glasses.
What's it all about? Yeah, Ren's going to have cool shades.
Yay.
Sure, why not?
Yep.
I'm for it. But yes, that's going to do it for this week's episode. So if you would like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you would like more from Anladium, head on over to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can buy our books, One Shining Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
So join us next week as we check it out.
Yeah.